Bethesda has been working on a few location changes, and there's plenty of them in patch 32 files. So I decided to make a video to show you everything I discovered so far. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. In this content preview, I will go over 10 location changes I discovered in the game files of Update 32, starting with a very promising new location, which will most likely take place under Dome 08 in the forest region. I recently explored 23 new activities related to science and aliens in another preview, and apparently some of the new missions will take place at this new exact location. Anyhow, most changes in this video are rather minimal or related to upcoming features like the Mothman Equinox coming in December or the new aliens event, Invaders from Beyond, without a release date yet. Well, the intro is done, let's make haste and jump right into the details, shall we? One of the main changes in the upcoming patch game files is about Dome 8 at the Black Mountain Ordnance Works. There are hundreds of new assets added to this location already. Now, the file might refer to 04, which could be Dome 4, but after inspecting every single dome in-game, and in the game files too, I concluded all these additions are most likely going to take place under Dome 8. Why did I come up with such conclusion? Well, because Bethesda has been working on Dome 8. That's right. I compared this dome on both live servers with patch 31 and then on the PTS with patch 32, and things are not exactly the same as I explained in my last video. First of all, the interactions with the door is now different. While in the live servers you can see the open door while hovering over it, you cannot open it though, there is no existing key. But with patch 32, that interaction is simply gone. Hovering over the door is blank, as if Bethesda was preparing to either remove the door or change it into something else, to have it always open or something alike. But that's not everything. I used photo mode to look inside Dome 8, and Bethesda has definitely been working on this interior. While with patch 31 there are dozens of scattered junk and scrap items all over the place, with patch 32 things are way more clean. There is hardly any items left inside. Sure, there are a few, but it's nothing compared to what we have in the live servers right now. They also removed the cart boxes and some of the leaves. They even added a rubber carpet at the entrance. So yeah, they are definitely preparing this location for something more, something else. I suspect it will work like the Enclave research facility added with the Steel Rain DLC. Dome 8 is most likely going to be the entrance to this new underground research lab. And this is not me speculating, guys. No. In the game files, there are test entries allocating these new assets under this location. And these test entries are attached to a new cell entry called Children of Appalachia. So you see, Bethesda is building up a new location inside this cell, an interior or instance location. Also, if you check the new asset coordinations as the data miner Madocrod did, they will pinpoint exactly to Dome 8. So for me, this can only mean one thing. There is no doubt they are creating a new location down there. Now, you may be wondering, what are they building exactly? Well, I found dozens and dozens of science and research related gear as shown. All sorts of tubes, scanners, medical tools, hospital furniture, even test chambers, a decontamination shower, and rad scanners. I would say it's a smaller version of the Enclave research facility, judging by all these items. Anyway, I discovered some other interesting things among the list of new assets, such as several Vault steel crates, which used to be part of Vault raid missions. I have no idea why would Bethesda add them here. Maybe they have modified the files by now, but did not change the name. It could be something alike. Or maybe they are planning to add Vault Steel as a reward for the missions, or something related to this location. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, I also found alien remains, such as a body of an alien lieutenant, possibly left here for studying. I looked further into this specific file, and there is nothing much going on. It seems incomplete. However, his body is supposed to hold some loot, perhaps these other entries I found about an alien blaster and alien blaster ammo. Anyway guys, if there were any doubts this place is related to aliens, I think this part solves the mystery, huh? But hold on, the most interesting part is yet to come. I also discovered a new terminal and holotape with very suspicious names, Top Secret Terminal, and the Truth. Yeah, there's definitely something high profile going on down there. I went further and dig deeper into the holotape, but I could not find any traces of text, sound, or anything alike. I'm fairly sure Bethesda only added the drafts so far, so the title is all we get so far, besides the generic holotape visuals attached to it. That's it. However, when I searched for the terminal entry, lots of stuff came up, such as 4 new notes with the same name and the word test attached to them, which might either be the real notes or just text entries for the terminal. It's not clear yet, but again, it's incomplete entries, there's nothing further into the files. There's something strange I discovered though. They are all attached to a master entry called Jeremy Dropbox, which then links to a dispenser machine. In my view, this might mean Bethesda is using this machine to spawn items for testing purposes. The terminal visual is also a standard image, so yeah, there's hardly anything else to unveil here for this one. Bethesda is building up a new research facility related to aliens and top secrets under Dome 8, and it will most likely host some of the new missions discovered recently, which happens to be related to science as well. It's all starting to make sense, huh? I told you guys, Science DLC is coming to Fallout 76 in 2022. I'm every time more certain it's coming, we just don't know when, or about the name, or well, any other details really. But you know, it's like a puzzle and you start to put the pieces together, it starts to make sense, we are in the right direction. So we have to be patient now and wait for Bethesda to officially announce it. I'm really curious to know what is it all about exactly. Okay, the next huge location change is related to Point Pleasant. As you may or may not know yet, Bethesda is releasing a brand new seasonal event in December called the Mothman Equinox. It has been on the PTS for testing for a while now, and this event is just like Fastnacht Day or Meat Week in terms of location. It will get transformed where they spawn at. In this case, it's at Point Pleasant, the home of the Mothman in Appalachia. Needless to say that this town got basically renovated with all sorts of Mothman adornments, from roots to dry grass, totems, fire pits, candles, even some new decors and new textures too. I didn't count the file number in total, but there are over 1,000 new assets here, guys. It's just really, really huge. But don't forget, these changes only apply when the event is live. If it's not, then it will return to the original version, which is exactly what happens with Helvetia for Fastnacht Day or Meat Week around Vault 76 in the woods. Anyway, as I was saying, there's over 1,000 assets. It took me 2 minutes scrolling down at normal speed to get to the bottom of the list as shown. And yes, I'm speeding it up here for the sake of the video, but as you can see, there's walls of changes for this location alone. Anyhow, let me show you some comparisons so you have an idea of how different Point Pleasant will look like with patch 32 and the Mothman Equinox if you didn't have a chance to experience it on the PTS yet. I mean, once you enter the town, you can definitely see the difference. The buildings are not as clean anymore. There are roots and moss all over the place. But it's at the roof of the Mothman Museum that you can find the most changes, I would say. With patch 31, the roof is clean. With patch 32 and the event active, you can't recognize this roof anymore. There are adornments everywhere, roots, an altar with a throne, small shrines on the sides with new items, even giant smoke machines, NPCs, floor decor. You can see it. I mean, it's like day and night. If I didn't know any better, I would say it's a complete different place, to be honest with you. In fact, most roofs have been changed too, as well as the streets, but not as heavily as this specific roof at the museum. There are also other major changes at the fire pit spots. For example, at the water fire pit, Bethesda replaced almost every asset there. As you can see in the comparison, they moved the small glass structure to the left side and added the Mothman fire pit there instead, with lots of ornaments around. Anyway, the church is also like a new place inside. All the medical gear and furniture is gone, replaced by Mothman stuff, such as roots again, a fire pit, and of course the new Mothman lore books inside display cases. Let's not forget about the gorgeous Mothman figure on the wall with a piano and candle racks below. Now, that's a very fitting renovation for a church, don't you agree? Point Pleasant feels like a new location with all these changes, that's for sure, but this is not permanent. This new version will only be live while the Equinox event is active, so make sure to enjoy it when the time comes. The next location change on my list is at the EVR Medical Center. I recently said I thought Bethesda was going to use this location for some of the upcoming missions, since the team is a perfect match, and well, the location just got recently changed for no apparent reason, but I was wrong. According to the 76 data miner community, this change was done by the developer team to address community feedback on the lack of addictal spawns. So they decided to come up with a small scene in context instead of just adding the addictals randomly in the world. With patch 31, the rooftop of this location is completely empty, but with patch 32, you can find several items at this exact spot, such as a cooking station, a bed, chairs, empty bottles, a teddy bear, and others. There are also 2 skeletons with prison collars, possibly a couple, who were holding on to addictals before the nukes went down on Appalachia. At least this is the story I can deduct from all these new assets, elements, and the way they were placed in the world. Anyway, the inside of the AVR still remains the same as always, and no further changes seem to be part of the game files until this point, just to let you know. At the Charleston Capitol building, a few things changed as well, even though some of them cannot be visually seen yet. There is a full page of additions to the exterior of the building as shown, but it all resumes to a few items in the end. Bethesda added a small wooden platform for easy access to the roof of the Capitol building. Here's a side-by-side comparison, so you know what I'm talking about exactly. It's right under the roof bridge, near the main entrance. Why would Bethesda add this platform though? Well, it's because the Charleston building is one of the locations where the upcoming public event Invaders from Beyond can spawn, so they are preparing the locations beforehand already. They also added a new probe, according to the game files, which looks like the encrypted pylon, but it's currently hidden in-game since the event is not live yet for testing. That's about it, really. Okay, for the next 5 locations, Bethesda has been doing the same sort of preparation work to allocate the upcoming Invaders from Beyond public event. They have been adding hidden probes and collision markers for the 6 spawn locations, such as the Charleston Capitol building, as I discussed in the previous point, Dyer's Chemical, Garaham Mining Headquarters, Monoga, Sparse, Sundew Grove, and the Wavy Willards Water Park. Some of these locations have more files than others, but they are all about the same thing. I suspect that with patch 33, we will see even more additions, like the small platform added to the Charleston Capitol building with new easy access points, depending on where the event will spawn within the location exactly. But don't expect any major or drastic changes or anything alike. Alright, to finish off, I discovered several location changes, minimal ones related to navigation meshes. As obvious, such changes are not visually perceptible, so I cannot show you or tell you exactly what Bethesda has been doing with those. All I know is that locations like Bolton Greens, the Glassed Cavern, or even the Fisher site Zeta are receiving some new navigation meshes. I searched about this term, and supposedly in code language, they are abstract data structures which support AI in path finding. So it's some sort of AI navigation improvement, possibly for enemies, friendly NPCs, or even player movement. As I said, it's nothing major, but still, I didn't want to exclude it from the list, since in theory, this is still a location change or improvement. It's not visually, but it's still a change. Well, that's everything in the game files related to location changes, at least when it comes to Update 32, coming live to the official servers in December. Remember, the data unveiled here is not set in stone. A lot could change with future patches. Apart from Point 2, Point Pleasant is pretty much done, and it should go live as it is now on the PTS. However, when it comes to Dome 8, currently under development, and the rest of the location changes in preparation for the Invaders event, that is likely to change in the following months. But hey, at least you know a little bit more about what Bethesda is working, hopefully. Well, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed. I noticed you guys seem to be very interested in spoilers and future content previews like this one. Thanks for voting, by the way. So I might invest more time into my mining skills to deliver this sort of content more often. It's not easy though. It takes so much time to compare stuff, to dive deep into files, but the process is extremely engaging and fun. I feel like a detective sometimes, plus I can often find new stuff to share with you guys, so it's definitely worth it. Alright, thanks for watching, feel free to leave a like, subscribe and all of that. I will see you all very, very soon in the next video. Also expect winners to be announced soon for my Halloween event, which took place in Discord about screenshots in game for Halloween. Well, until then, take care, adios, bye bye!